Welcome back to the channel. This is S.O.G. and y'all know I love to carry my Canic Prime in my 945 Industries bag anytime during the wintertime when I have on sweatpants, or anytime during the summertime when I have on swimming trunks or even basketball shorts. But a lot of people have talked negatively about carrying off body. They say it's not safe. They say you're just giving away the fact that you're carrying. So today we're going to talk about two different alternatives that you guys can use to carry your EDC when you don't have a belt. Here we have the leisure carry clip-on belt, otherwise known as the COB or the COB. And here we have the Alias Beltless receiver. Both of these are excellent options for you. We're going to go over all of the details so that you guys can see which of these two you like best or which best fits you. Both of these options have basically the same general idea. You take these ulti clips here and then you cinch down on your sweatpants, your basketball shorts, swimming trunks, whatever, and basically it holds it in place and it doesn't allow this to go anywhere, and you have this nice rigid plastic or leather piece that gives your waistline some extra support so that you can hang your holster off of. However, both do have pros and cons, and we are going to talk about those things throughout this video. Now, the Alias Beltless receiver comes in at about $55, and what you see is what you get. You're going to get this whole beltless receiver, including the ulti clips. And then for the COB or the leisure carry clip-on belt, you're going to also get the same deal, the two ulti clips with the beltless receiver here. However, this one does go for $70, making it a little bit more expensive right up front. Getting into some of the key features and differences between the two, let's start with the leisure carry. This is the one I find myself using most often, to be completely honest with you guys. This is a very flexible leather-like piece. They have a couple of different holes on the sides here, so you can shorten down the size or the length, or you can keep them out further for more length. If you flip it on the back here, I like the fact that the attention to detail, they give you little pads here to put behind these little metal clips so you don't have metal to skin contact, which is really nice. The back is smoothed out, and then the front has some ridges here, so your clips can really get a good grip on the leather piece, which is an awesome touch. And I really like the simplicity of this. It really just works, especially when you're quickly on the go. Usually when you have sweatpants or basketball shorts or whatever the case is that doesn't need a belt, it's kind of because you're on the go, right? So this is a really nice beltless receiver that you just throw on and get out of the house with. Now the Alias is an entirely different system of its own. This thing is a beast, but it's definitely an investment. Like I said, it's $55. However, you do have to buy proprietary clips that lock into place with their receiver here. I'll show you guys here in just a sec kind of what that looks like. But you see these holes they have here as well. They don't sell you multiple lengths as far as the beltless receiver, but they sell you this one piece, and then they sell you extensions so you could attach and make it as long as you want. You put on the left side, you put on the right side, whatever it is that you want to rock. It's the same multi clips. This one doesn't have those pads in the back here, but still a comfortable carry. Now, the reason I don't carry this as often is because, again, like I said, you got to have a proprietary clip to get into this receiver, and that is a downside for me. Being that if you have something like this here, like if you have a +1 style, you can't put both clips on here. You can only run one, so you'll have to remove one and then put their proprietary clip on this one, and that could be just not stable enough, right? But it works really well with something like this where it's just a holster style. Basically, you just click this into place and it's not going anywhere. So a really sturdy way to carry, and it's kind of locked in there. You have to actually push this switch over or this little button here and it'll come right out just like that. So very simple to use. The thing I love about the Alias system is, like I said, it's an investment. So you can really pull this holster off of here. Let's say you get home, you pull it off of there, and then you want to put this back in the safe. You don't have to take it out of the holster to put it back in the safe or anything like that. You can just take this little magnetic receiver that's on your safe already, put it right in there, and then it'll just stay on your safe just like that until it's ready to get used again. Let's say you're going to use a gym bag instead of the beltless receiver. They actually sell a hook and loop style receiver that goes in your bag. You clip it in your bag. Let's say you want it in your car. Well, they sell one that you could screw into your car, clip it into your car there, and you're good to go. You never have to remove the loaded gun from the holster, but you can move this around anywhere you're going. It'll come with you, it'll be safe, and it'll work. Again, the biggest downside on that is once you put it in here, let me show you guys. Once you have this on and you have these cinched down on your sweatpants or your basketball shorts, you're stuck at that point. So you can't shift the holster. If it's uncomfortable, you're gonna have to undo these clips and shift everything over and then clip these back down. And if y'all don't know, man, these ulti clips are hard to take off and on. They're just tough clips, and for good reason, right? Because they're there to really cinch down and keep everything in place. But that is the biggest downside. And aside the fact that you can't have that +1 style, and this is a 1 point contact with the holster, so that's the biggest downside. However, I love how versatile it is in every other aspect, and the price point is pretty fair, I think, in my opinion. Now, the reason I carry this more often and I prefer this is, like I said, it's just faster and just quicker to get on and off. Now, this one here, I'll show you guys what this looks like. You just basically snap this on just like that, and as you guys can see, you can move this around. I know it's super loose here, but once it's against your body and it's tight against your body, it's not this loose. It ain't like it's going to move around on you. It'll feel like a normal holster you're wearing with a belt. You can move it if you want to, or you could just leave it in place and not worry about anything else the rest of the day. So this is very, very simple to use, and this is why I kind of prefer this one. Again, you can cinch these down on your belt line and shift your holster around just a bit. If you want to go over a couple inches, or if you want to go the other way, you can definitely do that. It's very easy to do, and that's kind of where this ends. This is literally just a one piece that allows you to wear your holster and gun style or setup without needing a belt, and that's it. The Alias, on the other hand, is a system of its own. Like I've said multiple times, you can use it this way, you can use it on a safe, you can use it in the car, in the bag, wherever it is that you want, but you don't have that modularity of moving your holster or shifting it around as you would with this one here. But that'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like this video if it was helpful for you, and drop a comment down below and let me know which of these two you prefer and why. But until then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But if you already have, you know I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video.